skipping? No. It's actually not bad. Not that bad, actually. We're good.
Can you move it over this way a little more? Because it's centered. We're like all like off.
Fuck. I can't do it.
This one? How much off? I don't know.
Are you sitting over there, Dante?
I guess I am.
Okay. It's fine.
Or I can move it. This over here. Because the microphone's over here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to move the camera then.
Oh, am I in it?
So look, it's like pointing that way.
Oh, who's over there? All right. Because it's going off your internal camera. All right. All right.
It's like so far away.
Oh, really?
Look how far away it is.
It's supposed to be closer? Should it?
A little bit closer would be nice.
Oh my god.
So you just tossing the camera through the fucking line.
Want it closer?
No!
See, isn't that better?
No more camera. Fuck this place. No.
Yeah, that's a little better.
That's better for sure.
Yeah.
And this is like this way. Now
It
you're
can't be on the phone box.
I got my own microphone. You guys get your own. Yeah. Huh? Alright, so
Missing 2 turntables.
are we so what we can talk about, right? You guys ready?
Yeah.
Are we gonna wing it? Winging it?
I mean, like, don't you always wing it anyway?
We do.
Yeah, sure.
We totally do. Okay. Alright. So just starting out, guys, welcome and welcome live stream. You know, we're just setting up everything. It seems like the camera's working pretty well. And it's good. It's good. Good visual that we have. So that's good. Are you gonna be on live stream on your phone? It's too late, huh?
I think.
No, it's fine. It's hella late. No one's gonna be on.
You know.
You never know. But yeah, that's what we got, guys. We're here. It's starting out in a bit. All right, I'm gonna start it. What's up, peoples? This is Dante. This is welcome, guys. We are on the season 4 premiere. We're here. It's cuddle season, what we call it. And I got my man Max Savage here.
What's happening?
And we got Kiki here.
Hey.
And say hello to the peoples, guys. You know, it's been a while since we've seen Max Savage in a while. So, you know,
Yeah.
welcome back. He's living in the city life, you know.
Living the city life.
He's like Spider-Man out there right now. You know?
I absolutely am going from place to place. There's not a lot of skyscrapers out there, so I'm mainly walking.
And we're also on live stream. My people's on the YouTube. We'll post a video on there too. And yeah, man, I'm excited. Like, we got new equipment. I'm so excited about that. Took us a minute to get everything together, but it's worth it. I think we stepped it up a little bit. And yeah, so the episode we're gonna talk about for this season premiere is we never talked about sex. We just talked about it. We graze through it every now and then, but it's like the cuddle season. I call it like cuffing season, trap season, all that stuff. So we'll explain a little bit more about those things in a bit throughout the episode. But yeah, what's you guys like thoughts? Like, I know I'm very vocal with my sexual life. I've talked about this. People can know who I am. I do talk about that a lot. So I mean, I'm not sure if you guys, you know, I know you have a girlfriend.
You know goddamn right how well I am with my sexual life. I'm all about it. I tell people all the time, because to me that's something that's healthy. That's something that's good. Like, having a good sex life is good,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you guys aren't having sex, something's wrong. That's how I see it. Like, like, not saying that a whole relationship should be based around it, but like it's got to be happening at least twice a week.
Try it.
At least once a week.
No,
Twice.
Once a week.
Twice a week. Twice a week. I mean,
Twice.
you guys
Is
think
that
twice a
lucky
week?
with twice a week?
Right, twice a week isn't that fucking big. You get 2 days off in a week. schedule it around then. That's a fucking good ass day off. You're like, oh, I didn't do anything today. Well, I had sex. Oh, you know what? You're right. Like, that's a fucking good day for me, at least. It's a good day off.
I mean, you guys are saying it pretty low. I mean, 2 days a week. That's
She's saying it's low.
one. She said, well,
I'm
one.
not-
She said
Maybe
one,
Yeah.
but she
One.
lost me
At
on it.
least one.
And I'm like,
Girl, you haven't had good sex. That's all I'm saying.
oh.
Yeah, you gotta get enough. You're gonna be like
Well, I
4
don't know.
times.
Maybe like
times.
other things besides sex are more important to some
Like what?
people. Like, connecting, like mentally with each other.
Connecting.
What about connecting physically?
That's good too.
Yeah, it is.
That's good too.
Okay, listen.
Netflix and chill is about sex.
I mean,
Cuddle season is about. It's not about cuddling. It's about cuddling with your clothes
the
on.
cuddling comes to, and now this Disney Plus just came out. Fucking done deal.
Yeah, dude, Disney Plus.
It's like, bro, you can
all the
Aladdin your
memes
ass
going
in
on
some
about this
pussy.
is
Like,
hilarious. Like, they're like Netflix and chill, they're like Disney and dick. I'm
Done,
like, yo.
done. It's actually, I'm glad we actually talked about this because Disney Plus just came out. Everyone's ready to like watch that shit with a female,
Mhm.
especially like you got Goof movie, you got the Goofy movie, you got Aladdin, you got
Dude.
fucking.
You got That's So Raven.
Who
You know how
gets
many
hard up
people
with That's
are
So
gonna-
Raven?
No, because the dude just gets come over and, hey, yo, cool, you want to come over and watch That's So Raven? Chicks are
Oh my
like,
God, I love
oh,
it.
I love That's So Raven. But they sit there and go, oh, that's so funny. Then once it's time, that's when the blink.
But like, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like,
It's crazy because like it's
Disney knows what the fuck
they know what they're doing. Like, oh yeah, y'all about to fucking do some shit, like some damage, like for sure. We know what y'all about to do. And the title of this episode is called The S Word. S word means sex. You want to know. So you guys know what that means. But
Should have just put sex in the,
no, man,
the
it's
title.
alright.
Nah, we're on YouTube. If we put that, we're gonna get like demonetized.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
this is
like,
true.
Talking about sex,
Oh.
we say the S word, they're gonna be like, oh shit.
Yeah, shit could be the
Oh,
word.
shit.
Ooh, yeah, we could say that. Yeah, I knew that.
No, let's keep shit and sex away from each other.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah,
Those
no.
two should not go together.
So you guys said you do it 2 days a week.
No, I would much rather prefer more, but I will settle at 2.
Settle on 2, and you
Settle
prefer
on 2.
1, but you
At
consider
least one.
intimacy.
At least without
And-
max.
I mean,
Max,
Max.
maybe like
Did
every
you-
day.
I mean, for
That's
someone.
still a max? What about like 3 times a day?
I mean, okay, how many
I mean,
rounds are we talking about? Like, how
yeah.
long duration?
If you can,
I mean,
I can.
Well, how long of a duration are we
Die.
talking about?
Like,
Like, we're talking about like an hour,
Like
2
like
hours,
cookies?
30 minutes, like a minute, like.
Well, that's okay. That's actually a pretty good. So when I was younger and I was first getting into the sexual activity, like, I was a cookie guy, like straight up. I'd
Yeah.
go like yeah, and like 5 minutes, like a good session to me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I was like, oh, I did good. Like I'm looking at the time, I'm like, woo, fantastic. And because of that, I could do it a lot more throughout
Yeah.
the day. Like I remember reaching a peak of like 8 times in a day, being like, yeah, gee, we're just bored kids. You know, like what the fuck else we gotta do? Just fuck all day. 8 times. That hurts. Hurts.
Damn, I would be
8
so
times,
sore.
yeah.
Hurts. But like you're able to do it because again, it's like 2 minutes in between.
Yeah.
Take a nap for a little bit, come back at it, you know? Like this a duration of a song is how long. Now that I'm older, obviously it's changed. Like once, twice a day, if I can get to that, it's
Yeah.
yes, like fantastic. But it's way longer than it actually is. So like what's your preferred method? Like would you rather want a quickie as
I mean,
as a male and a female that are here?
I wouldn't want it to be too long. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
for me, like an hour is kind of long.
Like pushing
you know, yeah, it's pushing
It's
it.
like
'Cause,
looking
like,
at the
I would
Holy,
get sore right
I'm
then,
already
you know?
like 3
And, like,
orgasms
can you hurry
in.
up, please?
Yeah, because I mean, like if you think about it, like if you've already gone an hour and none of you like squirted at all, like
Yeah.
fuck, like it's like it's
Yeah,
not
you get to
working
the
out.
point where like, you can't
It's like-
anymore. You
It's
know?
tough for our penises too. I mean, our penises definitely get some brutal
Yeah.
punishment. You know, if
Yeah.
you're going through and she's dry and it's just like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I think I don't know, for me, like maybe most people who are in relationships, they have sex consistently.
Mm.
I can see that being two days you're doing it a week because you eventually get tired of doing it with the same girl you hooked up with. I mean, this is me. I mean, I could be different. I
That's
could be
true.
like a
Well, I
complete
feel like when you
dick.
first get in a relationship, you have sex a lot.
Yeah.
more, for sure.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's just
definitely.
basic. And then once you've been with them for about 3 months, is
Yeah.
when like that's when your actual sex number comes
Yeah.
up. Like
You're like, oh.
like like a sleep number, like what number it is, like your sex
Stupid.
number, like how many times you're gonna have sex in a fucking week. And like I would still say like what I would prefer, what I think is healthy for the body itself is like 4 times a week is like perfect. I know some people do. And I think that sounds too much to do. But I feel 4 times isn't
No,
too
I don't think
bad.
that's too much. Like I'm just saying like minimum like one.
Oh,
time.
yeah, minimum
Yeah,
for sure.
minimum.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
go
one
into
time a
two.
week.
I still think is a good minimum. Like, just think about it.
I mean, like if you can do
Sex
two,
on Monday, sex on Friday. There's a lot of days in between.
I mean,
I mean, like, what
isn't
if you
too
don't
hard.
see each other that much? You know?
Fuck, why are you in a relationship then?
Well,
I'm not saying you have to see each other every day, but if you can't at least see each other twice a week,
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
yeah.
But then again, like I've had a relationship where like we didn't see each other but once a week, and because of that, that was like the day that we had sex, and it definitely felt like we were only seeing each other to have sex, and that kind of put a damper in the relationship itself. It's like,
yeah,
like I kind of don't want to just do this. That's why we gotta see each other at least 2 times a week, so have sex at least once time a week.
I mean, yeah. I mean, do you feel like in general, now that we're talking about relationships, do you think people are like prone to have a relationship or just want to just fuck? Like,
Nowadays, so as somebody who's
like have sex.
living in the city, everybody just wants to fuck, and like, there's not a problem with that.
Yeah.
And I'll state this: I don't have a problem with people who just want to fuck. Some people do. What an asshole! No, man, dude, if you gotta get your dick wet or get your pussy pounded, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know if there's a female like expression for that, but when it comes down to it, is there anything wrong with that? No, like go ahead, have sex. There's nothing wrong. But you can't tell me that you can't get better. So like when you get in a relationship and it's consistent and you're going at it for a while, like you end up learning each other, like fine tuning to
Yeah.
each other's
Yeah,
things,
you know what
and
each
it's
other likes.
way better. Like I've never had a one night stand where I'm like, oh fuck, like that was the best sex of my life.
yeah,
And even if you
totally.
did, you just want more of it.
Right,
You're like, I wanna. It could be even better. No, like you always have good good sex. Hopefully, you have good sex, and then
Hope
it
so.
gets better. And I'm all about that experience.
Yeah, getting better.
Kind of thing.
But what if you're
Yeah.
like in a whole nother level of league of this person? This person's like, what if you're taking a person's virginity, and then you're like a fucking porn star. Like you know what I mean? Like you're on that level, not on that level,
Like,
but
you're the porn star.
yeah,
and
you're the
she's a
one that
virgin?
she's virgin. Like you know what I mean? Like how does that work out? Because like then you're
Okay,
like
well,
you're doing different like items. You go, you're being experienced. Like she's like,
Yes.
you know,
Number
maybe
one.
vice versa, it could be a girl,
Number
too.
one. Don't fuck virgins. Why? Because I'm an old man, and the only virgins that are out here are crazy people or underage people. Fuck that. But 2, I believe, and this is true, all the virgins that I knew that waited for a long time, they like have an idea of what sex is and
Yeah.
what it is, blah
That's
blah blah. And then when they have sex, they're like boring. They're like, I like missionary. That's it.
Or they just lay there.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's,
They
there's,
don't really know.
They just lay there and they'll moan occasionally, and it's like, nah, bro. I think dudes are probably like, imagine having sex with a virgin now.
I mean,
Let's be honest. Like you've had sex before, right? Like this happened. This
Yeah,
happened.
I think I
You
have.
think you have? Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
imagine
so.
being with somebody who's your age and hasn't.
I have.
You know what
I
he's
have.
what?
Yeah.
Do you flock like a fish?
No, I wasn't.
He was out like, please tell me it was a 2-pump show. Please.
Yeah. It was very fast.
Yeah, but that's
Very fast.
expected. Like that's what experience is there for.
Actually,
Yeah.
one of them, it wasn't fast. Like
Wait, how many virgins have you fucked?
3.
oh,
Holy
dang.
shit.
3.
Damn, Buffy
Yeah.
the Virgin
No,
Slayer.
well, one of them,
Right?
like one of them, he told me like he was so used to like the feeling of jerking off that like when he finally did it with me, like he felt like it was like different. Like he wasn't used to like the feeling, so it took him like
How old is this?
it was
guy?
like hard for him to
How old is this dude?
I think he was like when we did it, he was like 23.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck! You're jerking off until you're 23. Jesus, I started at 11 and I quit at 7. I didn't quit. But like I had sex at 17. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah,
not the
you
same.
know, it wasn't. Yeah, first
Not
time
the
it wasn't like something. I was like, oh, I had the best time ever. I was in the back of an elementary school, so like back up, like
Your first time?
yeah, I was in the back of an elementary school. Like, it's just like
Dang.
it was the elementary school I went to. There was even worse. I was like, man, I used to go to this school, like, but it wasn't nothing like I was like I wanted to do it because I was a senior. I need to like, oh god, it just gotta happen.
Mhm.
But now I'm like, oh man, shit, dude. I could have waited till like college or whatever. But like the experience level. You know what I mean? Like that person was more experienced. She's had sex many times.
Yeah.
Like she probably had sex the next day. It was like, oh, and I'd be like, oh, I didn't know what to do. So it was like, I don't know if it's us as guys, like we don't like to, our pride, we don't like to tell them that we're virgins, but like it's kind of like you can tell, it's apparent.
No, that's
Right?
true. Yeah. So the woman who I lost my virginity, I told her that I had sex with like 3 people prior. So she'd be like, "Oh, like this guy knows his shit. Like he knows what's going on."
Yeah. it's apparent. Like, okay, he's a virgin. Like, you know, I think women know that. And it's like, we don't want to tell you, but it's like, yeah, oh yeah, do I do it this way, or like, you know, it's so obvious.
It's funny. It's like when I was younger, if you were like, I'm a virgin, I'd be like,
yeah, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Now that I'm older, if a chick's like, I'm a virgin,
I'm
I'm like,
like,
what?
But you know, there's such thing as celibacy. I mean, celibacy is big in some religions.
Yeah.
Some people don't do that.
So you're telling me this is a religious bitch?
Some girls like that. Yeah, some girls believe in celibacy. I've
No, thank you.
met a couple people who, you know, are born again Christians who are just totally done it first the one time, and it's like they count that as virginity still. Like, you know, they're totally just like, yeah, I did it. I was like,
Yeah, that means I gotta convert
yeah,
to
you
have
know.
sex.
but-
there is no there is no pussy in the world good enough to make me change my own beliefs to get.
Well, like the virgins that I've been with, they weren't religious. Like they were just waiting for the right person.
Okay.
That's cute.
Yeah, they were just waiting.
Were you the right person for them?
Yeah, I was,
Obviously
but-
not, because.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah,
no.
sex
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
feel
yeah,
Not
we're
anymore.
not together anymore.
So I mean, because that's how I thought. At first, I was like, oh, I'm gonna save it. And then I had sex, and to be honest, like, not like I said it during that moment, but it wasn't until like years later.
Yeah.
This is the woman I ended up marrying. Like years later, I was like, man, I could have fucked like everybody before this shit. Because I was like, I don't want to be a slut. Like I don't want to sleep around. I just want
Yeah.
to fucking get with the one person and stick with it. Because I'm like a one man kind of guy. Like I was one chick, get with, stick with, done.
You're still that kind of guy.
Yeah. Absolutely. I've had sex with lots of people. So like,
So, those of you guys don't know about Max Savage, he got married early,
yeah,
very early,
it's stupid.
in his teens.
No.
His teens.
20.
You were 20. You're in your teens, bro. You're in your teens. You're making
Were you still
irresponsible.
married, or did you-
No, fuck
Oh, okay.
no. I wouldn't be talking about this if I was.
Okay.
Nope. Got that dude. Divorce that shit real quick.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, you know, most people who do a little earlier, I mean, get married.
Yeah, I mean, some people find their one like. Really
Oh, absolutely, I did.
Yeah.
I did. And like that's why I mean when we first started this podcast, it was kind of a fucked up thing for me. It was like we went through that episode of like fucking like online dating and Tinder and blah, blah, blah.
It messed you up.
I had never done it before. I was like, what the fuck? Like I knew what it was. I'm not dumb, but I'm like, I had never done this. Like I need to experience this, and that was the worst decision of my life.
Season one was.
Did you do a lot of helping?
I became a straight fuckboy.
Mhm.
He
It's
did.
Like,
He didn't even show up to the
I think we all
episode
did.
because
like
he was
I was
fucking a
sitting
girl.
here on the podcast,
Homeboy didn't even.
still swiping. Like,
Bro, this dude didn't even show up to the episode because he's fucking a girl. And I was like, you asshole. Like, I was like, we got to do this shit. And he's out here just fucking around.
and was it worth it?
No, it wasn't worth
No,
it.
it wasn't fucking worth it.
I introduced him to Tinder. I remember I introduced him to he's like, oh, this, you sure it works? Like, yo, bro, it works. Like, you can do whatever you want. You just got a relationship. Just fucking just do it. Have fun. This motherfucker took it to a whole nother level, man. He's out here just fucking going to like, what happened? You end up like in San Jose somewhere.
Oh god, yeah,
And
yeah, that was bad.
he's
That was a
like,
terrible decision.
yeah. He's all text, hey, I can't make it to the podcast. I'll tell you about it later. I can't talk right now. I was just like, I was like, what
It
the fuck are
was
you? What?
one of the worst
fuck happened?
experiences of my life, for sure.
So like, what the fuck?
And
did
you know
this
what's the worst
guy-
part? I still didn't quit. I kept going with it.
It
I
was-
didn't quit until last year. Luckily, before I moved to like started working in San Francisco, I had pretty much, it was like a one night stand with some chick that I think we had matched on Tinder.
Yeah.
We ended up like talking on
Yeah.
fucking like Snapchat for a minute, and like we met up in like Walnut Creek, and I'm like, oh, this is a bougie bitch. Like, you know, it's okay. I remember taking drinks and then blacking out and waking up in a fucking like motel next to her, and I was like, I'm not doing this again. Like I'm fucking like, even at that, I wasn't even old. I was like, what, 26, and I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. Like
Tinder's
So
could be a
how much
dangerous
did your
game.
body count like increase like since you've been on Tinder?
from 3 to 20 something
yeah.
in the span of like
He was on
8
it.
months.
He
Like,
like
it was
lived it. He was out of his like, keep
It's
swiping.
not like that. He
I
makes
was
it
like, what
seem
have
like
I
I'm some kind
done?
of
You're,
old-
you're an addict for a minute,
I
bro.
was, for sure.
He's like, what have I
I
done
had
to this
Tinder,
guy?
I had Bumble. I had plenty of fish. Although I did meet
Oh.
good friends, I did meet like cool people that I'm like, all right, cool, like, you know, and I was like, all right, great. This one chick who I fucking went to high school with
Yeah.
freshman year in San Jose, because I went freshman year in San Jose and then the rest of it down in fucking Tracy, and like, I met her. She was a chick that I had a huge boner for back when I was in fucking school, and I sat there and like, I met up with her. I was like, oh, found her on Bumble. we ended up meeting up with each other, and I'm like, yo, like, how the fuck have things been? It didn't even end up as like, oh, we're gonna hook up and blah blah blah. No, would I've liked that to happen? Hey, you know, maybe. You know, I'm not gonna say no, but like we ended up meeting up, and it was just cool to be like, yo, like life's different now. Like this is great. So I like that aspect of it. But the actual like my favorite part of Tinder was the whole like swiping and seeing people, and then like whenever that beep pops up and like a message comes through, I'm like,
It just happened earlier today for me.
like now I gotta like talk to this bitch and like.
Hey.
And like I
You don't
plan my
have to.
no,
Yeah.
like, I had to.
So someone asked a
I was
question. I guess
I had to.
someone asked a question
Oh.
for both guys. I guess
What's
for
up?
everyone. Weirdest thing you've done on a Tinder date. That was probably the San Jose trip, but you can tell them the story. The weirdest thing you've done on a Tinder date. Someone asked.
But that wasn't weird.
Okay, what was the weirdest one? I thought that was weird.
Hold on, let me think. I've done a lot. Oh, okay, so I met up with a girl. My first Tinder date was in Alamo, Alamo, like right up here.
Okay.
And like I was living in Newman at the time, and I drove from Newman all the way out to the Alamo. Fucking noon is when she was like, "Hey, you want to come over?" So that was a 2-hour drive into like the most gorgeous part of this area. Fucking meeting up some chick I've never met before, first time ever. And like the weirdest thing was, I was terrible. Like, so I had not had sex for a while, and I was kind of like nervous about the whole like meeting a new person that I've never met. So like, I ended up having like have to have sex like 3 times to like make up for the fact that the first 2 times sucked. Like I did like a 2-pump chump at the beginning, and I'm like, fuck. And then we went in the fucking hot tub, which doesn't exactly make you endowed either. Like I get out, and fuck got a thumb. And I'm like, no, it's not what it looks like. I swear. Like it was the worst on my end.
Pussy's power.
That's true. Like I felt like a little man, and I didn't like that, and I was like, this is not good. That was a weird time.
Yeah.
The San Jose one was just terrible.
Yeah.
It was a horror story.
Yeah, I was like, shit.
And then waking up or blacking out and waking up next to some chick. And being
Which
like,
episode we talked about that?
yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I forgot which episode.
We
It's
talked
like a
about
season
that.
1
Don't
somewhere.
listen. No, it's gotta be season 2.
So he asked the same question for all of us.
Oh yeah, let's hear yours.
A weird one.
See, girls have good like date stories.
But the Bumbles, like, I'm gonna be honest, the Bumble, not to interrupt, but like the Bumble question that they ask these girls to ask me, I'm like,
Like what?
it's like ask them like, what's the 3 things you can tell about yourself and like 3 things to describe. I was like, 3 things to describe about yourself in 3 words. I was like, no one asked this question to me. Do you even
Tall,
care?
black, proud.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What's that gonna add for you? They just want to see how creative.
Well,
you
no,
can
they give them the questions. And from a women's perspective, they ask the question to ask the guy when they match. So they ask them, this is what we suggest to say.
get. In 3 words, how you describe
Oh, it
yourself.
could be any questions.
And you sit there and say,
Yeah, it's
I don't
any
know.
question. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
3 words.
It's my 3 words, bitch.
But
Figure it out. 3
Okay.
words.
so weirdest thing for you on it.
I went on this one Tinder date with this guy. We went to Golfland. We hit it off pretty well.
Yeah, I bet.
And yeah, I remember we went back to his place. So we hooked up, and dude, like this guy, he literally like came like 9 times in a row.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
he was like
happening.
nonstop.
That good. Damn.
Yeah, it was
He's
pretty
like-
good though. It was pretty good. And like, so the next morning, like I was going through his Instagram, and like I looked at his tag photos, and it looked like he had a girlfriend.
Oh,
So it was like, oh, like, he messaged me and he was like, oh, like, I want to see you again, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I don't think so because, like, you have a freaking girlfriend.
dang.
So it turns out that, you know, he cheated on his girlfriend.
Oh.
Damn. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's like he was the one, but this is he
That was it was pretty good dick, though.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not.
It was.
She's like, we're good. You got out of that thing
Pretty
before
good.
drama actually like started.
Yeah.
So, hey, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Scrolls
She probably
Instagram
just
and like,
needed
I
Oh.
would have been down again, though, if he didn't have a girlfriend.
see, if you didn't post that shit on Instagram,
Yeah.
done.
It's like, dude, you gotta hide that. You gotta hide that in your tag photos.
I don't know. I can't say this. I have a weird, Tinder date. I mean, I don't know. I had been to some weird ones, but it was just like, oh yeah. Okay. So there was one I have talked to, and like I say any names, not say any names, but I went to the house, and it was crazy because like, you know, they just had a separation, whatever case may be, and they had a separation, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You guys aren't, you know, I thought the husband was never there. Walk in that damn house, there's like pictures all over the wall and shit,
Oh no.
like kids. You know, I'm sitting there just like, me being the dick at that time. I was like, oh wow.
You're like, damn,
I
I'm
was like,
like,
oh, y'all went to Disneyland too? Okay, cool. Oh, damn, you guys the Alaska cruise with the kids? I'm sitting there looking up and they're just talking to her, like, right? And I'm like thinking, like, all right, hey, can you hurry up though? Because like this one's coming. I was like, oh. I was like, you know that scene from House Party? I mean, this old school House Party when he was hooking up with Tisha Campbell and the dad came. That's what I felt like. I was like, I put the dog in the little thing. No, I was kidding. I ran out the window, but it was just like, oh shit. But like, I mean, that was kind of weird, but it wasn't the weirdest. It was like, all right, that's one I can remember off the top of my head. But I was like, oh fuck, like, you know. But I knew what that meant. Like at that point, I was like, I knew like divorce, separation, two different things. But I was like, damn. But oh man, but sex, yeah, it was pretty good.
I don't think, because that's one of the things someone had asked if I ever been like the cheapy, and I honestly don't think I've ever been the cheapy.
Yeah.
Like, even nowadays, I don't think I've ever been the cheapy. I've been cheated on.
I've been
Yes.
cheating. I've been cheating a lot.
Yeah, I believe that.
Fuck you.
You're the kind of guy who's like.
No, I mean,
that looks like you're trying.
Yeah, it
what?
looks like you.
Okay, husband and wife, I don't fuck with.
No, not that. Not homewrecking. That's fucking.
Yeah, I don't like do that shit. Like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. She's still with me.
But tempting
Right?
a boyfriend girlfriend. Fuck.
Yeah, you know, but but like boyfriend girlfriend, yeah, that could be rocky, you know, whatever. I could be a dick about it, but like it's, you know, it's not set in stone. Like it's totally different from a breakup than a divorce. Like you can break up with someone, like, oh, okay, text them, like one little text can be a breakup. No, a divorce is like getting a lawyer involved sometimes, 6 months sometimes. Like it takes a minute for you to actually do a divorce, and you really have to do something completely bad for you. Might try to work it out.
Yeah.
There's a couple things you try to work out, like get counseling. It's not the same thing.
There's always the one that it's at least in my opinion. Like everybody I know who's gotten divorced, there was always one person that wanted it, the other person didn't.
Yeah,
And that one person
just
who
take it
wanted
all.
is sitting there like going, like at any moment she could be like, nope. Like if she flees the country, we're still married. Like she needs to sign the paperwork. She don't sign that shit, it fucks. Like one of those things. And it's like, ugh, like
You know,
can't escape that shit.
you know, it's true. It's true. But yeah, I mean, moving on to the topics that we were talking about. I know we asked some questions here, but sex, right? Like, because I know we talked about this last season, or last year, about cuddle season, cuffing season, how fucking shitstorm that is.
Fuck yeah.
But now I'm starting to see that there's something called trap season. It's trapping people.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were talking about this.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's, you know, I'm like I said, I'm a product of being 9 months. Yeah, right. And in the holidays around this time, you know, being conceived, whatever you call it, and then being born 9 months later, right? But like it seemed like that's more of a thing than it's next to like Valentine's Day, or like hooking up time. Like this is like the time where everyone's like, oh, I need to be in a relationship for the family, show it to my parents, like, you know, I want to get all the gifts for the holidays. I don't want to be alone. So like you said, it could be 50-50, but like I feel like in the Bay Area, who do you think wants it more, like sex more, women or men right now?
Yeah, I think go both ways.
And I mean,
So
or they just want to have sex.
this
and then
might
cuddle
just be
after.
me. I'm not 100%, but how I could see it working is that women want the relationship aspect during that time because it is true. Like they're seeing their friends that are in relationships, they're seeing their family in relationships. Their family's kind of pushing to like bring somebody who's coming to fucking Thanksgiving, like shit like that. So the girl's like, I want somebody to hold on to during this time. Plus, it's a warm body. Like, fuck if anybody says cuddling when you're sleeping, like a good spoon, knocks me out. That's for sure. Like, I like that shit. Guys are utilizing that to be like, oh fuck, sex. Like that's how I see it. I see it where, like for me, I'm a person who's like, yeah, like I want you to meet my parents and shit and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But we're having sex first. Like to me, that's as a guy, like that's my number one thing. I need to plant the fucking flag before I get to it. And that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, like now that this is done, like now we can work towards the next step
Yeah.
and do whatever it has to do. But I feel like what most likely would happen is like girls would go, oh, like I'm not like the sex is good and everything, but
Yeah.
I'm not just out here just looking for sex. I
Yeah.
want to like meet somebody who's nice, see if they're okay to like meet the fam or whatever, and have somebody to cuddle and like lay in bed with.
Yeah.
It's fucking cold outside,
Yeah.
and guys are like wet dick.
That's true.
Let's do this.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, with all
Disney Plus, yeah.
that. Shout out to Disney Plus. Y'all ain't got it. What do you think? I mean, you being the only woman here, like.
Well, I feel like that's trying to like fulfill like a social like norm, like, oh, I have to have like, you know, someone to bring home to my family, you know. But personally, like, I really don't care. Like, I'm single. Like, I don't care, you know, going to like my Thanksgiving dinner with my family and not having anyone there. Like,
Do they
I'm
keep reminding you? Like,
No, they're
Oh,
they're like
okay.
they're cool with it. So I'm completely fine with that.
You know, I think it also has to do with just the seasons themselves. So like this year, I don't know if y'all noticed, but like it's been getting dark pretty fucking early.
It
Yeah.
always does. Yeah,
Yeah,
during
it's
this
been getting
time.
dark at like 5.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculously early. So like nightlife is kind of like what we're all in the mindset of. Like when it comes down to it, yeah, like nightlife involves like going out, seeing shit, blah blah blah, which means more interaction with more people.
Yeah.
I feel that it's also one of those things where it's kind of like circumstance where it's like during this season, more single people are out doing like single people stuff to find non-single people, or to find people to end up not being single.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm trying to state. Like, because during summertime, like I see couples going camping. I don't really see
Yeah.
a bunch of like single people being like, "Hey, let's like get a bunch of single people. Let's all go camping." Like, no, like it's all like couple people doing couple shit, and all the single people are like, "I'm working. Fuck you," you know. This season, it's the opposite. You got people who are in relationships, like, and so a lot of single people are out there in the world just doing their own thing, and that means they're meeting up with other single people, therefore getting together and not being single anymore. I think it's kind of one of those catch-22s, I guess, where it's like it's all there, and it's like, well, since I am in this situation, since I am kind of at a bar right now, meeting up with people, you seem like a cool cat. Let's go home, let's do some crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's kind of that too.
it's you make sense like, definitely for it being darker and everyone's kind of like, oh, okay, it's nighttime already.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter time, it's like it's big, it's apparent. But I mean, now I know I'm jumping subjects now because I totally forgot to bring up trap season. But like, so you guys don't know what trapping is, it's where you it could be either or, guy or girl. It's where you conceive a child with someone just because you want to. You know, and then that's a good description, right? Definition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, trapping. Okay,
So you
so
ever trapped anybody? How many kids you got?
Oh, a ton.
Gross.
but it's like you know, and sometimes
She's
people,
like a rabbit.
people want to get trap someone because either they have like some kind of financial status, like they're up there, like they feel like their person's gonna be like good for the kid, like good looking, like they want good looking kids. So I mean, in this time, people think about that shit too because they see family
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, I see what you mean. Like, there's this guy
As
that
a-
I hooked
yeah.
up with.
Let's hear the story.
Okay.
Before I ask my question, let's hear the story first.
Yeah, there's this guy that I hooked up with a few times, and like every time after we were finished, he would be like, "Oh, you're on the pill, right? Like, you're not trying to get pregnant, right?" I'm like, "No. Like, why would I want that? Like, I don't even know you that well. Like, I don't want that." Like, he was so paranoid about like me trying to trap him.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
crazy.
guys are getting more like nervous now. We're like,
Paranoid.
you good, right? Right? Okay, all right. You don't want kids.
My question is, because I do it as a man, where I will walk up and I will see somebody, I'm like, I want to put a baby in that. Do you ever have the same feeling toward guys? Like you ever see a guy that's like good looking and like
Yeah.
financially well, and you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, I want his baby.
Yeah. I was like,
Do
I'm
you
gonna
also,
have to
because
take
I've
this.
never met a woman that's like, mediocre, but has like a fat wallet. I'm like, fuck, I put a baby in that. Do you get that? Like, do you see a guy who's like, well, like sick? Because women don't just look at attractive; they also look at like what that person can fulfill.
Mhm.
You know, being a supportive person and all that. Like,
Yeah,
being
exactly.
a man isn't just about being good looking; it's also about like taking charge.
Protect
and,
them.
Yeah,
Protect
it's
them.
being
not
a
always about
protector.
money either.
So have you ever had a moment where you like meet a guy where you're like, wow, this guy's like a good dude. He's like on the right path, good credit, getting a house. I let him put a baby in me. Like, does that cross your mind at a point? Or
yeah,
you're like,
it definitely
Okay.
does. Like,
thank God.
especially like with a guy that I'm interested in. Like,
Okay.
I plan like our whole future together.
Dang.
Like I'm gonna have this many babies with him. Like we're gonna get married. This is what our wedding's gonna be like.
How many is this on average?
What happens?
Come on, what? When you look at somebody like, we could have. What's your number?
My number.
Yeah, how many kids you want with somebody?
Oh, just 2.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going too fucking crazy.
Don't go 3. Don't go 6.
You
I'm
can,
good with 2.
20.
A guy,
One boy
who's,
and one girl.
a guy who's fucking well off, lots of money, huge dick, good looking. You're like 4 kids easy. I want to make sure to suck with me.
No.
4 kids easily
Hey,
done.
I'm
What if you
just
like
saying.
wants to have more? What's the person you want to do with? I want to have 3.
Tiger Jews and don't
Yeah. What if you say, oh, I don't want to have 2. I want to have 3 kids.
Tiger Jews, don't tell.
Or while you're down there, just fix that, tie that up while you're down there.
That's what I'm doing.
My mom did that shit after I apologize. Like, while you're in there, just tie that shit up while you're there. So I'm gonna come back.
It fucking makes
Sense, like once you like, I believe everybody should do that. Like once you've reached what you know is like the right amount, you're
Yeah.
like, wow, like the first one was crazy as shit. The second one's all right. I could possibly pop at a third one, but it's that I could possibly part where you're like,
Some women can't
definitely
come
smack
back.
that shit.
Yeah.
Some women can't come back after the 3rd one.
Yeah.
They can't
Yeah.
shake that off. So
Yeah.
like, if it's in between like 2 years, man, good luck, man. These girls ain't coming back. They're
Trying
like,
to have
damn, babe, what happened to you? 3rd kid. That's what fucking happened to me. What the fuck did happen? Like,
trying to have Irish
Just
twins,
a
you know,
baby.
every 9 months a baby pops up.
what do you
Year's
think
not even
happened?
over. You have 2 kids in the span of 1 year.
I just feel like it's such an unfair trade, in my opinion. Women go through like, oh, I feel so good, sex is so good, but they gotta go through 9 months of shit. Like, I was like, that's a fucking terrible trade-off. Like, for like, what, 2 minutes of like orgasm, you're like, oh yeah, right?
Oh, whoa.
And then, like, you know,
on.
I mean, how long is
Okay.
orgasm? Like, what, a minute, 2 minutes, right?
Well, that's a long.
Okay,
that's a long
longer than that,
orgasm.
I was about to say.
No, I'm not saying in general, like the process, like the
Oh, like
that-
getting
that,
Okay.
that part. Yeah, not the sex alone, but like that part, that little
Well, okay.
feel good part.
As a male and somebody who wants to have, I don't have a kid, thank God, but I want to have children.
Yeah.
Like, one, I am on that fence where like women who are like, yeah, you know, hard and fucking being pregnant, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I do. Like, I know
And
exactly.
we're in it,
how
yeah.
hard
As guys, we're in
Because
it.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fucking there.
Yeah,
Like it's
mentally,
like
physically, mentally.
women do get bigger. They do have their issues of like, oh, like every time I laugh, I pee, blah blah blah, ha ha,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's,
Yeah, guys get the same sympathy weight and shit. They carry all the same issues and everything.
Yeah.
The big difference is the woman gets to pop out a baby. The guy's not popping nothing out of the
Yeah.
people. Like, that I will say, women 100%.
Yeah.
You win. You win on that category.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. But during that time, like me, I'm having sex with you. Like I put a baby in you, that means I don't have to wear a condom ever again. I'm nutting hard. Hard. You're already pregnant. Like fucking. What else is there? You're pregnant. Like this is happening.
Hop on that Aladdin or
And I'm
Disney
also-
Plus, we're good.
I'm also such a nice guy. This is me. Like, not every guy's gonna be like this. Because
That's true.
as somebody who enjoys science, especially biological science,
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, everything you eat goes to that kid, right? So you're not sucking this dick. Period. I don't like that idea. I'll eat pussy all day, but you're not eating me. Why? Because that's going to the child, and I think that's fucking gross. So think about it. You get a time where you get to be pregnant. Yeah, you get fat, but I'm still there. I'm still like, damn, girl, that ass is getting thick. Great. Because it's true. You compliment, damn, the
That's why
titties
we-
looking nice.
That's why we understand each other, mutual understanding.
Your breasts are looking fantastic. Your butt's looking good. Your thighs are getting great. Yeah, you got a little bit of a waddle, but you know what? It's cute. You know, these are things that help. Because when a girl, you're insecure as fuck. You're like, oh man, I'm getting fat.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you're getting sexy as
It's
fuck.
like, girl, you hold my child,
Two.
we're good.
Number 2, I'm still having sex with that. No period. We're fucking as long as you want. As long as you want. 3, I'm eating you out and you don't have to supply me at all with anything. No, I'm getting the pleasure of doing this. I think it's a good trade-off, in my opinion. Like, yes, there is the downsides of being, being pregnant. I get that. But as somebody who's all about it, I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you good food. Like I've already stayed every girl I've been with, or like if we do happen to have a kid, like I've stayed like no smoking, no drugs, on both ends, eating good food on both. Like I'm cooking. Like I got 9 months prepared to be a dad. I'm fucking cooking good ass meals and shit. No McDonald's. I don't want that kid coming out fat. Okay, no. And I want her to know
Go to
that
Trader
too.
Joe's? Trader
Yeah,
Joe's?
we're Trader Joeing it, or I'm Trader Hoeing it. I'm fucking
She said I
getting
like him.
it.
One of
Getting
the watchers they say, I like him.
Because it's fucking true. That's the trade-off. I don't like it when people are like, oh, when a girl gets pregnant, that's it. She's just her whole life's like fucked up. No, man, both your lives are fucked up. So both of you have to work together to make it work.
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna cook good food, I'm gonna eat you out. Any chance I get, and I'm gonna compliment the fuck out of you.
It's like,
once
when
that
you
baby-
big? Nah, girl, you looking sexy as fuck.
Look at
Yeah.
sexy, you look at thick. Like getting fat, you get thick. 2 C's, no
See,
K.
see?
With capital
Just-
Q. Okay? Like, and that's how it is. Then once the baby comes out, then I gotta sit there. Oh, let me take care of
You're
it.
all about being a
Let me
dad.
watch the kid.
Yeah, someone's
'Cause
looking
you know-
forward to being a dad.
Fuck yeah, I am. Because then, once it's all done, and that vagina goes back to being normal again and everything, I guarantee I'm about to have the best sex in my life. It's the, hey, you earned this sex. And I gotta watch out, because I might end up getting pregnant again. It's gonna be that good. And I get that. And
This
that's the
guy.
trade-off. That's what I look forward to. I look forward to the end result.
Plus this dick.
I look forward to the ending of everything. Like the end, the climax. Is what
Well,
really
I
makes
mean,
like, what am I leading to? I'm gonna be the best person during it, so at the end, we get something good to go.
we always talk about, you always want to be the dad, single, stay-at-home dad, or not single, but stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
And that's something you always want to do. So, I'm not shocked that you have these kind of ideals. So,
Yeah, I thought ahead. A lot of guys don't. A lot of guys are like trying to avoid.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being with a man who doesn't like being a stay-at-home.
I fucking love it.
This
I would
guy-
love the
this
idea.
guy-
Is that gonna happen? Hell no. I live in San Francisco. I can't afford being a stay-at-home dad. The fuck?
who's gonna watch the kid, me or you?
Yeah. Although, because we were talking about this at work, we were talking about when a woman gets pregnant and they have maternity leave, and like one big thing about feminists, and I was like, I agree with that, but I agree that men should also get maternity
They do.
leave.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do.
shit. Yeah,
But
some companies do
some
that.
companies do,
Yeah,
yeah.
paternity
As a guy, you have to take it immediately. I don't like that. I don't think a man and a woman should take it at the same time. I think they should take it at separate times.
Yeah. I think it should be at the end game of, I think.
Because like it's like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
For the both of them. So instead of 2 to 3 months of both of you being there, which is bullshit. Like, think about it. 2 months, you've had the kid for 2 months, now you gotta go back to work. That kid's still shitting his pants.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather she gets to be home
Yeah,
for
recovery,
3 months and recover,
Yeah.
but also become one with her child.
Yeah.
I get that. Then, hey babes, I got this. You get to go to work. I get my 3 months of maternity leave. I can sit here and I can watch the kid. Because that's that time where that kid's like, eyes are open, crying, screaming, throwing shit. Like, she gets to go out and like go to work and be like, thank God, I got to deal with the terrible shit. I'll take it. I'll take it. But that means that's 6 months of not needing a babysitter and more interaction between father and kid, and mother and kid. I feel that's a healthy way to raise a child versus like,
Yeah.
I know some jobs are like, no maternity leave. What? You didn't do anything. Yeah, I did. It's hard to make that fucking kid.
It's like,
It's hard.
the shit we gotta listen to, music, the investment we have for Netflix, all that shit, man. That's what it lead up to.
Dude, I'm so excited for that. For fucking Disney. We've been talking about Disney Plus a lot, but straight up when Disney Plus was talked about, I'm like, I can't wait to be a dad.
It's fucking done.
Easy peasy.
Fucking done.
I just put on.
There's gonna
kids
be so
section.
many kids popping
Yeah.
out this year for sure.
Who needs a fucking babysitter?
Sure.
That's my babysitter when I was a kid was Aladdin.
Yeah, bro.
Straight
Frozen,
Aladdin and Lion
Aladdin,
King.
fucking
They rose me. I was like, this is the person I'm gonna be.
yeah. It's a done deal. But yeah, I guess that's trap season. That's what it's called. I think it's the new term is just trapping. It's like bro.
Although on the subject, would I like to be trapped during the season? Go fuck yourself. Now I can state like the big difference between how I was back then and how I am now.
Yeah.
Like now I can say like if let's say my girl goes, oh shit, I'm pregnant. I'm like, cool, got it. Like I've got 9 months to prepare myself and get ready for whenever this is going to happen. So like I'm cool at that stage.
Yeah.
I can honest to God say that like a year ago, fuck no, I was not in the right mindset to be
Yeah.
like about to raise a kid. Like I was still living in bumfuck nowhere. Like what am I gonna do? Get a place out there, especially with the people I was skeezing it up with back in the day. Like no, I looked at them like I'm not about to have a child with you. Like,
Yeah.
I told Dante this, but like fucking, I used to like rate on if you're gonna wear a condom by how good looking the chick was. Like, if she's good looking,
We
I'm
do
like,
that. Guys do we do that.
Yeah, I don't
No, we
need
do
I don't
that
need to
shit
wear
all
a
the time.
condom.
No,
Yeah.
I have that talk with my
If you're
friend all
ugly
the
as
time.
fuck, I'm wearing a condom. If you're really ugly, I'm wearing 2.
Yeah.
Well, why would you do it if she's ugly?
Dude, you don't understand.
We think we know biology. We think we like in our mind. We think we
I'm gross.
we think we know genetics. We really don't know shit about genetics. We think in our head, oh, she's good looking. I'm good looking, so the kid's gonna come out good looking. You know, that doesn't. That's
Is that
just,
what you think when you don't wrap it up?
guys. Yeah, we think about like she's healthy.
No, I think
you know what I mean?
like this. I'm like, because really, like when you have sex with somebody, you have to ask that question: am I ready to spend 18 years? Fuck the kid. I look at somebody who's good looking. I'm like, I can spend 18 years with this chick. Like she's not that bad looking.
Yeah.
Like maybe a kid might ruin a couple things about her, but like I'm fine. This person's cool, chill, good looking. I'm set. She gets preggers. Fuck it. It's all good.
Yeah.
She's ugly. Fuck no.
But you know what's a
I'm
fucked up
sorry.
part?
I've never met a girl with a personality so good it outweighs how ugly she is.
You know,
I know parents have been saying that for a long time. Like it's all about the personality. No, it's fucking not.
it's my friend told me, he was like, yeah, man, there's like a more chance because like if a girl's ugly, it's like there's I think there's a lower chance for them to have a kid. Or he said the number was like so different from a girl that looked good from a girl that's ugly. I was like, it can be either or, like either or. No matter if a good looking girl or a bad looking girl, like she can still like get pregnant. Like she's more easy to get pregnant regardless. But it's just so funny. Like some guys who think that way are like, you know, I'm trapping her, like but
I'm not trying to. Yeah, it's
Right.
one of those things where it's not like I'm trying to get trapped, but if it happened, I'm like,
fuck it, this can happen.
it's not that bad.
Oops.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oops.
Like,
Oops.
you pregnant? Yes. Like.
It's like I'm bringing. Oh, what are we gonna do? Whatever. Did you pull out? Like.
I'm just waiting now that we've got a camera here and people are watching. I'm waiting for those chicks that I've slept with to be like, this motherfucker worked on them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's right. You ugly as fuck. Remember this day. I don't give a shit. I don't care. My past shit was past shit. Like I'm new age. This is new Max,
Oh,
right?
man.
This is the new me. New me, new life, new everything. Happy as fuck. Living my best. With a chick where if she got pregnant, I'd be happy as shit. Like she was one of the people for sure that I looked at. I was like,
You said to every girl, about every girl you dated. Every
No.
girl you dated, you said the same thing.
oh yes, dated. Because when I date them, I'm like, yes, like this is somebody I'd want to be with. I don't date people because I'm like, sex is good. Like she makes good food. No, I'm like, yeah, dating this is somebody who I like a lot,
Yeah.
and I can see myself being with. So I'm not ashamed to say that. Yes, every time I date somebody, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking raise a family with this person.
And that's what I
Reason
think
why
about
I'm dating.
sometimes. And it's crazy because like I get skewed with that sometimes. Because I'm thinking like, okay, I'm physically attracted to her, I like having sex with her. And then you think about, damn, long term, if I get her like pregnant, like how is this gonna work out? I don't have nothing in common with her. Her and I we don't live in the same, like we don't have the same kind of mindset.
Mm.
And I think about that and I'm like, sometimes physical is not everything sometimes.
Yeah.
And it goes
That's
back to what
definitely
you
true.
said.
That's true.
You're saying, oh, I want to, like, my mind can be connected with someone. I think that's also a big, I mean, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing it now, like, physical could be gone and, like, that. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
so, like, I'm really understanding that now. I'm like, man, I don't think once I'm not physically attracted to someone, I'm like, I don't think that's it. Like, there's nothing else. There's really nothing else.
That's when you spice up the
Yeah.
sex.
Well, you have to think like, is this someone that I can like just stick with, you know?
Next episode, BDSM.
Yes. I mean, we didn't even talk about sex this whole time. It's fine.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Mentioning everything's been about sex.
yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty much.
I was hoping we get like to nitty gritty about sex, but that's all right.
I mean, what nitty gritty do you want to get into? Like, I fuck. I fuck's good. I know what I'm doing.
To use essence. Like it was a question we didn't ask. You know?
Could be.
You know? But
I mean, if you want to get into other topics like that, you can. Like, in my opinion, I have no problem with people bring toys into the bedroom. There is nothing wrong with it. Taking selfies.
she is. She totally is.
chick.
All right, this is
We're
what we
talking
got.
about-
We just gotta wrap it up now. She's on her phone, man.
Yeah, wrap it up, ugly. Just kidding.
Were you going?
Oh, you're taking pictures.
Yeah.
You're saying it to yourself. Look at yourself and say, wrap it.
Who you calling?
What you calling
Who
me?
you calling? I know I'm not. Not me.
Yeah, not me.
'Cause I know I look good. I know people trying to trap
Well, I want
this.
to meet a chick so good looking that I wrap it up because I'm like, I don't want to break into you.
Now, bro, now we just told the
Yeah.
secret out now. Thanks, Max. Now every girl's gonna
everyone
know.
knows.
Every girl's
Oh,
I'm gonna call them. It's because I'm ugly. No, what?
Yes.
Damn, I just listened to that damn white gay
Straight in the
podcast.
face and you say yes.
So, and I'm also turning off the lights too. I don't want to see your face. But it's like
Actually, like now that I think about it, a lot of the guys that I hooked up with like didn't use the
See, they were trying to trap you.
Hey, congrats.
Congrats, you made it.
Congrats.
You are good looking. I feel so bad when girls like, I just got hooked up, but you work.
Well, there's another reason why, especially if you're a dude who's sleeping with a lot of chicks, like that's when you wear a condom because you're kind of like, I'm sleeping with a lot of chicks.
Come on, man. Yeah, guys, I mean, we kind of just,
I know.
we forget
guys.
about the condom. Sometimes we do, but like, okay, I'm going to condom. But granted, you know it's a definitely killer when you're putting a condom on yourself. Okay? Like, you're like,
Yeah, I'm sorry, girls. Like,
it's the wrong way. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It doesn't feel as
it
good.
kills us because now we're like, our vibe is fucked, and now we stopped. Now we're like,
no.
then we gotta get
There
hard.
is an easy way to fix that.
Girl
problem.
using it,
You
yeah, I
hand
get it.
the condom to the chick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll put it on for you.
I
You
know.
give it to her.
Yeah, I
you
know
open
that. I
it,
know that.
Common courtesy.
Yeah.
You open the
I want
package. You give it to her. And then it's her decision at that point. If she throws that bitch over the shoulder, you pound.
Yeah, but like
You
what
go
I'm saying,
down.
they don't
If
want to
she
put it on.
She didn't, then that's
Some
her
of these girls
fault.
don't want to put it on. Like, yeah, so that's a thing.
She's
You're
like, that's a
you
long
can go
day.
without, I
That's a lot of
guess.
work.
Like, well,
Yeah, you gotta tell me twice.
all right.
I remember
But-
being that. I remember
right,
being in
like-
that situation.
But
where
back
I
in
was
the
like,
day,
no,
10 years
okay.
ago, a girl's like, oh yeah, put it on. Like, the first thing they do. Now girls is like, okay, whatever, you can go without. I'm like, I have a pill or I'm implant. I'm like, all right, you know, but like it's fucked up, right?
Thank God for the itch pick.
And it's just crazy because you're like, oh, you don't have to? Like, all right, you know?
Don't tell me
Like,
twice.
tempting
Well,
us
just
to
wait
not.
for the girl to like say it, like, oh, do you have a
I
condom?
mean,
But
girls
if
can
she
say it all
does,
the
I'm
time
like,
and they can still trap you.
I mean, bring it.
Girls like, oh, I'm on a pill. And they're like,
At
damn.
the same time, if I'm at a chick's house, why the fuck don't you have condoms?
Don't
Like,
girls
you
do-
invited me over and you're upset that I didn't bring anything? Like, if I brought something, then I'm a pervert. I'm like, yo, I'm coming over. I'm expecting sex out of this. I'm in your den.
Reckless savage.
Like, if I'm in your fucking den and you don't have condoms, that's your fucking fault. Like, you'd be like, point me to the nearest liquor store and start walking. Like,
Because
that's how it is. Like, this is a two-way stretch. Like, sex isn't one person doing it.
That's true.
It's two people.
It's like, why
You're
didn't you
like,
bring condoms?
Come
Well,
over
shit.
to my house. Like, if
I didn't know I was
I'm
going to
at-
link up with you
if-
like tonight.
if
Like,
I'm at my house, if I'm at my house, right, and I ran out of condoms,
Yeah.
that's my bad. And I'm like, listen, like, I'm sorry. Like, if you don't want to do it tonight, that's fine.
Yeah.
I could easily, like, I could call somebody right now. I could be like, emergency, like, bring this shit. Like, yo, they got Uber Eats. They got fucking
they should
Uber
make an
Eats
app
for
for.
weed.
They should make an app for fucking.
Or condoms.
No, that's a good idea. An app for like sex shit, like bringing like lube,
Oh,
lubrication,
that's-
all that shit.
That's crazy. You know how much weird shit?
Like toys and shit. Oh, we can just call. I love sex. You. Why date, bro? Make an
Sponsored
app,
by
bro.
Why Date.
Make an app, bro.
People just come up with a
Sex toys.
open the door. Hello. Hey, so it looks like you ordered 18-inch penis, huge dildo, a pack of condoms, a extra large thing of lube.
and a weird Sex and the
And
City
you're like,
DVD.
no, that's not for me. No, that's fucking for you, dude. It's
And you ordered a DVD of
you order it thinking everything's
Porno.
gonna be smooth. The chick's just not doing it, so she's like, oh, fuck, I don't want to. The guy gets to the door.
Right?
Like, fuck.
yeah, sex toys, because you don't got because once you leave, you're the sex you're not
Although-
into it anymore.
Thinking about it, that is true. Like,
Yeah.
like okay, as a guy, as a man to another man, how do you feel walking into sex stores?
I mean, if you're already like in sex and you walk to a sex store, you're like, I'm not gonna have sex. This is done. You gotta go to a liquor store to get like lubes, condoms, and shit. You're
Yeah,
just
but
like,
you kind of feel weird, right?
you're like, I'll
As a
get that.
female, how do you feel? Like, when you go to a sex shop and you're like, I gotta get a dildo or some shit. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm like, this is pretty interesting.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know, like 18 inches, that's kind of too big. Like, that's unrealistic.
Ow.
Yeah,
Touching
yeah,
my brain.
ow.
Such my brain.
I feel it in my
it in my
brain.
throat. Well, I get, and I totally get that, but it's like that. If we did create an app that kind of like
Bro.
delivers, then you never have to go into a sex store ever again.
Bro,
That's true.
fucking done.
Like you can
Fuck
just you can
Amazon.
just fucking
just
be
get it.
like, yeah, just be like beep beep beep.
Yeah.
It's
Amazon,
my
you gotta
job.
wait a day or two, you know?
Yeah.
You get it right there.
We're trying to get it now.
You can buy that on Amazon.
30
Yeah, but it takes
Yeah,
a day. You wanna if you essentially want to like, I need fucking items, these items right now to have sex. And the guy's like, well, where do we go? Like, you know, like
Well, then you would still have to wait for it, and it would take like an hour. or
an
something
hour,
to get to
maybe
you.
30
Like,
minutes, 30. But like better from a day to that.
Yeah,
You
but
can,
it's
like,
way
kinda-
easier for 30 minutes to roll by. Like that's one episode.
Yeah, you
of
just-
That's So Raven.
yeah,
I'm just saying, that's So Raven's doing the new sex thing. I see it. Next time some guy's gonna bring over, he's gonna put on a screen. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm sliding off this seat. What's going on?
Disney Plus, they knew, bro. Disney
Yeah,
Plus
they
knew. The
fucking
moment
knew.
they launched this shit during cuddle season, they fucking knew. They fucking got it down. They're
Although any
genius.
guy who's trying to like Netflix and whatever, or Disney Plus or whatever, he puts on Kim Possible, just want to.
I wonder if they still have the same thing for Disney Plus, where it's, that you guys are still watching this, or but y'all still up?
Are you still
Yeah.
I know y'all probably fucking.
You fucking yet?
Because it stops you. Like you look back, you're like, y'all still up? Got the remote?
I hate that. I hate that. That's my fucking what's it called?
It
My
is.
PlayStation should hear the fact
Caffeine,
that it's just
cuddling.
like clap, 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 and
Everything.
be like, oh yeah, it's still going.
Bro. As I'm saying, that if you guys got that, Disney Plus is like the big shout out this whole year. Like it's done. Are you on? Weird.
Oh, yo, we got an echo in this bitch.
Come on, man.
Was there any more questions added to?
I don't think we have any questions.
No
But
questions.
we're-
Somebody asked a question.
People are. If you guys
A
have any
sex
questions,
question. Get weird.
yeah, we got a few minutes.
Would you ever be with multiple partners at the same time?
I have been.
Sound like a bitch. 2 dudes? Yeah, girl.
Oh, you mean like a threesome?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
I
like
would.
multiple in a day.
You done threesomes?
No, I've done.
I
I would with 2 guys.
I done it like once with a bisexual girl, but like then the girl like did more work. Like the girl that I was like, I'm here, hello, and like they were like so like intimate to each other. I was like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
you're
It's,
just
I don't know what's yours. If that's me. Like I'm all about that.
I was like,
Like I can sit back
I
and be
don't know,
like,
man. I watched, but I was
it's
like,
just like
I wanna
Like,
do something. I wanna contribute, you know.
It's hard to find guys that would be down for like a threesome with 2 guys.
How often?
I thought about that.
Hold on.
Like I honestly thought about that. I would totally have a threesome with another dude. I wouldn't have sex with him, obviously, but like 2 dudes plowing a chick. If I'm single.
We have a question.
Yes.
How open are men when it comes to MMF?
Yeah, we were just talking about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like for me, if I'm single, sure. If I'm in a relationship, hell no.
So it doesn't weird you out by seeing another dude's dick.
She asked me, would I be into? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've done it before. I mean,
For 2 guys.
so my best friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but we grew up together. We've been trying to plot this for a long time. 2 guys and 1 girl. We've been trying to do this. I don't care seeing his thing. I'm like, yeah, it's whatever, you know, is what it is. But like, we attempted this for years.
Guy who sits there, he's all like,
And-
and penis gross. Nah, man,
No,
fuck off.
and
It's a
the
dick.
one time it was gonna happen in Vegas, it just didn't happen. Like something happened and it just never ever happened. Like, girls, like, I'm down to go both of you guys. I was so drunk off my ass, and my friend was like, "She's down." I'm like, I was like, "She's down to do this." I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's whatever." I was like hella drunk on my 30th, and like I look back, I'm like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" Like, right? And he left. I guess he got so frustrated that like I wasn't like initiating it. I'm not gonna initiate shit when I'm drunk. He should just go in there. That was the last time. Like, fuck, man, I was down. If you threw her on the bed, I'm like, whoa, like this already done my work. So where do you start negotiating the kink before you come over? You introduce during. That's a question.
Okay, so this is what I do in a situation like this. So one, kink play, as they state or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you don't just start it off. Like you don't go on the first date and be like, "So what kind of weird shit? You like it in the butt?" Like you don't do that shit. Okay, if you're gonna be with somebody, like there are fucking apps I found out you might go and like meet up with BDSM people. And it's like hookups, but not really
Yeah.
sexual. And you can do shit.
Yeah.
But like if you're with somebody and you're trying to practice something, the easiest way of doing it is to just ask. Like easiest way is to be like, "Hey, how do you feel about this?" Like the other day.
You felt carrots up your ass.
Yeah, I'm pretty hey. The other day, fucking my girl, I asked her because like I was thinking about it because I was like, oh, like it's mainly for me. It's like, oh, this is something we haven't done yet. And I was like, hey, what are your thoughts on Roadhead? And that's it.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Not now, but
Yeah.
it will happen in the future. Then kinks can grow off from there.
Yeah.
You know, then I could be like, oh, Roadhead. You know, Road. Get naked in the car, you know, road crazy, whatever, blah blah, like whatever you want if you're into that weird fantasy shit. But she was like, "No, I'm afraid that something might happen and we might crash." Okay, cool, scratch that out the board. I'm not missing anything. Like I've never completed the Roadhead. Like I've never been like, like it's never happened. Whatever. It's always like a weird, awkward ass angle, and I'm like, oh, this feels good, but I wish I wasn't fucking driving right now. Like this is the truth. I'm not gonna pull over.
I've been with a guy who wasn't like down for that.
He wasn't down.
No, he wasn't down because he was afraid that we would crash.
Yeah, that's a real
That's a
fear.
Bitch. Oh.
Because I know for
What about
a fact-
traffic?
Yeah, you can crash.
You still, I mean,
I mean, like people could like come to see you.
did you get something?
Well, that's the thing. So, like some people, like for me, I'm not a big person on like having sex outdoors because I'm not a big fan of being caught with my pants down, literally. But I know a lot of girls are all about that thrill of like, oh, we might get caught. And I'm like, yeah, what if it happens? Like I overthink. Like I'm not about the we might. We will. And like, what am I gonna do after? Like I'm not gonna run with my pants down.
Yeah, but like really, like if someone like sees you, like what are
They're
they
gonna do
They're not
anything.
gonna
Like,
do
Yeah,
hey, you guys knock it off.
Trust me.
Get the fuck out of here.
If I'm walking
The
down
fuck
the
outta
street
here.
and I see some dude's ass cheeks pressed against the fucking glass and it's sweaty inside, I can't see anything, I'm like, nice. I'm gonna keep on walking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch.
they're not
Like, the only
gonna-
person's gonna stop me is
Yeah.
police.
There's always
Police
that.
will do it.
Nah, if I was a policeman, I'd look at the bench first.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I look at
It's like, are you guys done? All right, so let me write you guys out your citation.
Just don't do it again. I've had that happen. I've actually had a cop.
It's like, listen, we have all the time. We never have a chance to fuck. We gotta do it now. Like, we gotta. If you would told like right there in the cup, we have to do this. She's gonna die.
You ever see the movie Speed?
She's gonna die. It's gonna.
You ever see the movie
If
Crank?
I don't get
Needs
60
it now.
pumps in, she's gonna blow up.
She's gonna fucking blow up.
Like, oh, all right, just go. Like,
Cop, hold this camera. Actually, my brother
she
was
has
talking
4
about-
hours to do
My
this.
brother was talking about where he was like with his girl on a date and they're like walking down the
Yeah.
street and like they caught these two people like totally like about to start and they kind of like opened the door and were like, dude, you want to join? That I'm like, whoa, okay,
Did
no.
they?
No.
Oh.
No, my brother's a bitch. He wouldn't know what to do. He'd sit in the back of that car and be like,
Well, I don't know if you have any other questions. I don't know if anyone has any more.
and
But,
I got some kink questions. I know they're a freak.
man.
Freak.
But I know we don't, we don't have talks like this. But I like this. Let's get a little premiere for our season 4. So,
Absolutely.
right?
More-
So you guys were like, what do you guys want to talk about? Just sex? Like,
More
what?
triple X
Yeah,
stuff
I'll
like
talk
this.
about. Yeah, I'll have to talk about it.
Yeah. My big thing is having somebody here that is not just like guy on guy talking about like their experiences and shit. I like to hear the females aspect, and that's why I'm huge on like trying to get like people with different variances because like when it comes down to it, I got one of my friends in San Francisco, gay as day is long, and the shit he does blow your fucking mind. Like they got spas and shit where you're just butt ass naked and just fuck dudes. Oh,
Really?
Hey, you just walk in there, you just know what's going on. You're like, all right, cool, you just fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's crazy.
What the
Like that doesn't make any sense. He's like, yeah, we're just on a beach, just me and my
Mhm.
boyfriend. Like they're together. They're on a beach, and some dudes walks up and it's like, oh, can I get you any drinks? Starts jerking both of them off. I'm like, that happens. That's a real fucking thing. It is a
Crazy.
real fucking thing because that's what San Francisco offers. It's like people who meet that aspect of shit. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
That's nuts. I love to hear that shit. Me, I'm like, no, I'm not getting naked on the fucking beach like that. I don't care. There's a bunch of everybody around. But even if I'm on a beach, especially if I'm on a beach where I'm the only dude with a bunch of like sexy chicks, I'm not getting naked. It's cute as fuck.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of wraps it up a little bit. But I don't want to take too much of everyone else's time on here. But appreciate everyone with the questions on here on
Yes,
live
thank
stream.
Thank
You guys made the.
Especially you kink person, you're a freak. Anybody who uses the
She's
term
laughing.
kink knows what it is. It's a chick. She definitely a freak. I want to know. Question for you. What's your kink? You got
I know,
3
what's
minutes
your
to
kink?
answer because he's about to wrap
What's
this
your
up.
kink?
Oh man,
She's typing.
damn it! Don't worry, it's on there. I'll save it on.
If it's water sports, I'm out.
I don't know. She's gonna respond. She probably. I don't know.
She got embarrassed.
Oh, she ain't embarrassed. I know her. She ain't scared to say anything. Like she says.
She's like, I like being choked with baby toys. Speaking of that, I went to fucking Folsom for the first time.
Number 2 Folsom?
She said, "Oh my God."
Whatever the fuck that is. I went to Folsom Street Fair or whatever.
Okay.
And wow.
She said it's actually sexual slavery.
Sexual abuse. Wait, you You like sexual slavery, as in like you own somebody, or you're being owned by somebody? 'Cause those are two different things. Like,
Hey,
I'm not being owned by anybody. I don't like wearing leashes. I don't like being
service-oriented submission.
Oh, that's that shit where it's like someone sits there and it's like, master, like tell me what to do. It's like fucking do these dishes. Your reward might be a dip slip. I'm not into that. I'm like, nah, just fucking give me this or I'll go. Like, so sorry.
Go to the whip. That's it.
I got out of the way. Like, there's this much black in me, and that's enough. Where you pull out a
You
whip,
whip?
ow.
All right, that's it. That's
No,
where I draw the
fuck
line.
You see me catch that whip.
She's half black too, though.
No.
She's half black too.
Yeah, she's the one whipping. That's fine. That makes sense. She's like, I'm pushing my ass. No, especially if it was a white dude. I would love that. Black chick is whooping the shit out of a white dude. Fucking beautiful. I would walk it on that. Yes. This is how it should be. Me, not about it. Though. With me, I'm out.
If you whip
okay?
a black woman, yeah, that wouldn't go too well.
No, fuck no. I wouldn't want to. I'm too
What did you
scared.
do? She likes it though.
Even if she's like, do it. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Like,
No.
putting up fucking porn, everyone's like, "You're an asshole. You're a fucking dick.
Yeah,
White
you're
supremacy. Fucking shit."
I'm not about that. I don't want that in my. Yeah, I would now. I already want to whip somebody.
That won't even go well for
like,
you.
Yeah, I
Like,
would like to be whipped.
although a belt. There's nothing wrong with
They
it.
say you're a naughty girl.
Good ass whipping.
I'm a naughty girl. I ain't gonna work out.
Yo, I'm all about this new thing of like pretending I'm a teacher.
Stupid.
Dude, it's dope. Anyway, that's our show.
All right, guys. If you guys want to tune in to that, it's also on YouTube, right? YouTube. And it's going to be on Instagram. I'll try to save it, but everything's on YouTube. So thanks, guys, for posting any questions. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to comment me or some more topics. We will too talk about it. But this is Why I Date Season 4. Son, we made it. All right. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
Bye.
All right. That's it, too.
I'm serious about that teacher shit. I just fucking. Because my girl, she's like 6 years younger, which isn't like super much, but she's definitely younger. She's in college, and like she'll come home from like a stressful day of work. Or not work, school, pretty much the same shit. So fucking blah blah blah. And I'll like dress up all proper and shit. And I'm all manly looking. And I'm like,
Oh, so you guys like role playing?
oh, she didn't think she did.
I'm a
She
level
came in-
65 paladin.
Yeah, right. Oh no, looks like somebody needs their healing surge.
Later, guys.
No, because it's true. I've thought about trying. I'm like, oh, look at this. She's gonna come home one day. I'm gonna be dressed up like an adult, like fucking